The number one health tip nobody talks about. That's what I want to speak on today. And I know it will sound hyperbolic. It certainly sounds clickbait, but it is hyperbolic, but I virtually feel nobody does talk about this. I don't talk about this enough. I'm furious at myself. I'm furious at myself for learning this lesson myself. This is my biggest health lesson this year, hence why I'm making a video about it now. It's extremely easy for me to look at my current condition, my current level of leanness. Leanness is, of course, not the only health metric that matters, but it is what I spend an awful lot of my job, my profession, my time talking about here on this channel, of course. It's very easy for me to analyse this from a very surface level perspective and say, hey guys, it's all the stuff I've been sharing for years. It's those 4 to 5 servings of fruit per day. It's the small breakfast, moderate lunch, big dinner feast, tearing up the calories that I found the most easy way to stay satisfied in the calorie deficit. It's the steps, what's working for me so nicely as well at the moment, the steps in the summer months. Now I've just come to Thailand as well, so doing morning steps and then evening steps, avoiding that 30-degree midday sun. This is Celsius, that is, of course. This has been critical to me. Maybe 8 to 10 to 12, up to 12,000 steps per day. That is the sweet spot. That's realistic and practical for me. There's 3 strength training sessions per week. You don't even need to be in the gym every day. Actually, gym performance, my strength has gone up having more rest time because I actually have that recovery now. A little bit, I'm not perfect, a little bit of black coffee. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. It's something I've changed my mind on. I've grown to enjoy it. A little bit of black coffee every day, maybe. Occasionally a Coke Zero. I know, shoot me, awful. A little vegan pastry once in a while. And I've actually now hit my lowest. I've hit my lowest weigh-in in, I think, my adult life, probably. Definitely. What am I talking about? Probably since I was like 14. 66 kilos. I was in the doctor's office the other day. And every scale is slightly different, but 66 kilos. So this is my leanest condition. And actually seeing that weigh, and that just prompted me, all right. And I know I'm leaning down a lot. You guys are commenting on it. Thank you. Part of it is intentional, of course. But now I'm doing Plantifuls peanut butter smoothies. I'm doing that 2 or 3 times a week now. I'm actually bringing the calories up again. What I'm meaning to say here is this is how effective the current protocol, not to blow my own trumpet too much, but my current consistency, my current protocol, it is so effective for me. But none of these things are important as this biggest health tip that I'm about to share that nobody talks about. Those things have been nothing as critical as this deep point. That's your clue. It's the nervous system. I've had, I don't do a lot of this stuff. I'm Mr. Positive. I've had a lot of stress this year. My personal life, things in my personal life have not been perfect this year. And I've kept it away from the internet as I wish to. And I think a lot of people do this vulnerable side as well as clickbait. Like, that's the cool thing on Instagram, like vulnerability porn. It's like, oh, my life's so hard, I'm being transparent, the dark side of things. I've done a little bit of that, but I try not to feed into that too much. It's not my natural disposition anyway. It's not what I feel I can bring to the world. I prefer to be a more uplifting character, and I naturally find that in my own disposition, I suppose. This has been really tough this year. It's been really tough this year. What has been amazing in the last couple of months, although I certainly haven't done this perfectly, is I've learned to relax again. So much of health, and this is the big tip, so much of health is what we can't see, and it's the nervous system. So I sat here talking about plant-based diet changed my life, 4 to 5 servings of fruit per day. Hey guys, look at me, I've hit my new lowest weigh, and hey guys, look how lean I look now, blah, 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 blah. What about what we can't see? And there is stuff to do with nervous system that you can see. Like when your stress levels are high, you get that cortisol release. You can feel your cravings. You can feel your mood being really poor. It affects your energy. You can have that puffiness to you. It increases water retention. So sometimes you can see it on the scale. Even if you're in a calorie deficit, the scale is still hovering. It's like, oh, I don't think this is a plateau. There's so much water retention. It affects your sleep. Like in times of high stress, my sleep is just appalling. I'm not, generally speaking, a terrible sleeper, but in times of high stress this year, my sleep has been much worse than previous years. And think about what we can't, that's just the stuff we can observe. Think about what we can't see. What having a nervous system that feels so under attack and under threat all the time from the pressures of the modern age, the sense of responsibility, the standards that I've put on myself. I don't just blame the modern age. This is all me, right? I'm running my system cognitively, or at least I'm taking responsibility for it as a conscious agent, trying to anyway. And the pressure and responsibility that I put on myself, it's just been really tough this year. Again, for stuff that I'm not alluding to, stuff to do with my personal life, stuff that's not really relevant. I'm not trying to do a woe is me thing, and I'm always cognizant of that. That's why I don't come on here online and talk about my troubles. But really, the reason I'm telling this story, the lesson that I wish to share is, as they say here in Thailand, sabai sabai, chill, relax, the nervous system. What about what we can't see? What about what it's doing to us on the inside? And for me, this takes conscious reinforcement. I am not naturally good at this. I am not naturally a stoic. It takes me every day to do some combination of meditative practice, some combination of listening to calming music. I actually have to do this. Some, again, conscious reinforcement, self-talk, affirmation every day of let it go, right? Chill, sabai, sabai. Relax. The fast-paced life that I've been living for some time now, the work pressure with this stuff. I love what I do, but I put a lot of pressure on it. I felt in the last couple of years that I've not made the same level of progress as I was in my mid to late 20s. And even though I'm still doing, on paper, relatively well right now, it bothers me because it doesn't feel as progressive as it used to. This is bollocks. This is not important stuff in life. My progress has slowed down. Slowed down by what metric? Who's to say I'm even right about that? Maybe I've changed for better in different ways and I can't see it. Like, just letting go of these stories that are creating all this internal pressure. And what this does is it creates this sense of threat. I have this sense of threat constantly on myself because of this pressure that I place on myself. What it's doing is increasing cortisol. What it's doing, cortisol is one chemical. There's a bunch of other problems with this hormonally, metabolically, energy-wise, mentally, psychologically. There's a bunch of problems with what I've been doing lately and the pressure that I've been heaping on myself. And the nervous system feels every second of it. Sometimes I look at myself in a mirror and I can see how stressed I am. I can see it on my face. I feel like I've aged this year because of it. And whether that's true or not, well, you're always aging. Whether it's true that it's that aesthetic, that it's that visible or not, I don't know. But that's how I feel, that's how I see myself. I see myself being less happy this year than in times gone by as well. Even when I've had challenges in other periods of my life, I feel really beaten down by them now. What this has done is I can feel it in my body sometimes. I can feel it right now. I'm stressed talking about this subject. The shoulders relax. We take that deep breath. Like, this is all the woo-woo cliche stuff. This is where the new age stuff has saved me. This is where I like Byron Katie's work. This is where The Work by Byron Katie, shout out. This is where I like Eckhart Tolle's amazing stuff. He's not personally my bag, but that's a perspective that sometimes I need, even if he doesn't resonate with me as much as a self-help teacher. Let's say he might not even self-define as a self-help teacher. That might be an unfair definition, but that's how I'm categorizing him in my mind. But he's got some good work and it's a perspective and an insight that I don't naturally have, and I need to listen to it and extrapolate what I can from it to make it practical for me. What else do I love? Transurfing. Is it transurfing reality? That's what I've been listening to lately. That's been quite good for me. This is heavy stuff, but that's been good for me. And again, some version of breath work I like, and meditative practice, and exercise is really good for this, but particularly walking. Like, the gym is different. There's an intensity to it that doesn't really necessarily relax me. I feel relaxed after the gym, and that can be good in terms of endorphins and whatnot, as any exercise can. Playing tennis is good. Social life. I've been more lonely this year than ever because I've been distracted by this work pressure and other personal matters that I've been heaping on myself. What I've been heaping on myself is the idea that I should solve them and I have to solve them and I have agency to solve them faster than the universe will. And that has just created, again, this stickiness, stiffness is the best word in my system. I feel under threat all the time. The cortisol and it's ruining everything. Like, even if the food is good, the sleep isn't good. Even if the food is good, the mood isn't good. Even if the workouts are great, even if I've got the leanest body, I hit my lowest weigh-in, again, the point I was making earlier. Well, what does it matter if I constantly feel under threat, under attack, stress, stress, stress? Chill, sabai, sabai. So I think, point made perhaps, but this is the number one health tip that I feel, again, it's hyperbolic, but nobody's talking about this. And for all the progress that I've made progressively each and every year, thanks to, I'll take some credit, thanks to my consistency and my commitment, but also this amazing plant-based lifestyle, I don't think I'd be here without it. It has been an amazing vehicle. Those two things coming together, my commitment, my internal growth, my mindset and behavioral change, just progressively getting a little bit better. I'm not perfect, but a little bit better each year. It has improved my strength, my fitness, my blood work, my control with food, the aesthetic, for what that's worth, my mobility. Everything has just steadily, or most things, maybe not sleep this year, most of these health variables that I'm mentioning here, health and fitness variables, they have improved progressively year on year. But the big breakthrough this year is, and it had to become a breakthrough because I almost rock bottomed with it, is relax. I'm doing it now with my body, relax. The tension that a lot of us are experiencing because of various things now, or certainly we have to take responsibility, our interpretation of various things in the modern age. Letting it go. That's the superpower. And I say this not as somebody that's mastered that yet, by the way, but just saying in the last couple of months, this is the breakthrough. And it's the breakthrough because it's been the biggest pain point. And that's not to say, again, I'm a master or I've achieved a good level of relaxation. I am not the master, the guru of my own nervous system, but trying to get my body on side again, trying to relax. That's it.